Hello, welcome back. Today we will learn how to configure Betaflight, and especially we will focus on the PID tuning and the rate profile for the beginner, and also we will learn how to upgrade the firmware of your flight controller. You are watching Drone Labs. In here, uh, if you see, here have the USB Type-C port and a button. If you want to upgrade the firmware, then you have to push this button and connect the data cable. See, here is the bootloader mode showing in here. Bootloader mode, DFU, STM32 bootloader. Okay, now we'll click the upgrade firmware. In here, we have to select this candidate. Release, and here the aocoda F7. This is our flight controller. It's in the 4.4.2 1st June 2023. And then we will click the load firmware. Before that, we have to choose iBus. If you use the controller, if you use FlySky controller, then you have to use iBus, and if you use other other controller, then you have to choose that. And motor protocol, T-shirt, iBus, and other options. Here you can choose default things that will be okay. We're loading the firmware, then it's downloading from online, and it's downloaded, and it's now ready to flash. When we click the flash, it will erase the whole existing setup and write the new firmware to your flight controller. Okay. Now it's flashing. You have to wait a little bit. It's done. Here it's showing the successful. Now we will connect with our drone. It's connected. First of all, we have to calibrate it. Okay, calibration done. If you move the drone, then you can see it, the moving. And here our port connection. And in configuration we will disable the air mode. Please disable it, because if you enable it, you will you may face some problem. You can enable it when you are in expert mode, and I suggest you to disable it. And we will jump to PID tuning mode. In PID tuning mode, here you enable expert mode. You can show other settings, and these settings here, the damping, degain, and I have set it 1.2. if you see that it's changing the Dmax and derivative, and 1.2 to 5 and 3. If you increase it more and more, the current slider position may cause your motor damage, may be damage your motor. Please set it to 1.3. I think it's enough for my drone. And dynamic damping, Dmax, I set it the 7, and others I will set it default. Okay, and here the feed forward setting, you can set it 2 point, 3 point averaging, and for the smoothness I give the 60. You can the default keep it default settings. 25 is good. Okay, and test it. What's give you the best result. And motor output limit 90%. It depends. You can set it to 100% if you use. I am using the 3S pack, and so I am using the 90% output limit. If you use 4S or 6S, and then you can reduce it. Or if we will discuss all the settings in future in very depth analysis, and for today I am showing you in a short the which settings I am using. And another things is very important for the beginner: rate profile settings. Here in rate profile I have set it 10, rolling if it's roll, when it's roll. This I have set it 10, and pitch for this when it's forward. And next is yaw settings. Yaw is when it's turn. And the max rate you can set it for rolling 150, and the pitch max rate 200, and yaw set to 170. What will do this now? See, if you see in here, if you give it to forward, then it's going down head. Okay, then it will forward. If you set again back. Okay, if you push it up, then it's go forward. And here you see this sign showing roll, and if you roll here, this is the rolling. And if you throttle, to push throttle up, you see the throttle signal is showing here. And okay, and push forward, backward, left, right, left. And if you see, if you set it more rolling, right, in the rate profile, if you see, if you choose the default other settings, have what's in here. In the rate profile settings, if you see, the default setting is here, roll is 70, and it's the center sensitivity. Here is the center sensitivity. If you push little bit, it will move, rolling, it's rolling, it's forward. For the beginner, this setting is very difficult to control. I face very difficult with these settings because I am also a beginner, and so that what I do in here, I reduce this sensitivity, center sensitivity, and the max rate, and also change the expo, what I am using currently. Here very low, I am using very low settings. It's for I feel comfort with these settings. Max rate will, this is the max position settings. Here's the pitch is 200, here's 200. If we set it to 400, then you see why it's the 400 degrees, 400 degree per second. If you the pitch it per second, it will goes to 400 degree. When it goes there, and you see my this position, see this position, okay, and if you click here, and for the rolling it's these settings, so I keep it very low. You can set it 200. If you face problem with this, you can reduce also the max rate, and the center is 20 for the pitch, and the rolling I am roll, this is the roll, see, for rolling, okay. And for the yaw, this is yaw, it's, you see what happened, yaw. I think it's if you are a beginner, then please, you should reduce it, learn, and then you can increase it. When you adjust yourself with the FPV drone, then you can increase it. Otherwise, please reduce this. And the expo also, you can set these settings, or whichever what you like for your best settings. It's basically the curvedness of the graph, okay. And another thing is the here, if you see the throttle mid position 0.54, if you set it, increase it, the curvedness, you see the throttle curvedness. If you give the throttle, then I have set it 90. If I push full, then it will stop at 90. The throttle export set to 1, then it's curved, and reduce it, then here is showing the 90% position, and if we increase this is reducing. Okay. And the filter settings, you can keep it at same. If you face problem, then you change it. For the beginner, I will not suggest to change this initially. You learn, then go for experiment. Here, if you see the receiver settings, I have used the iBus protocol, okay. Serial receiver provider is iBus. And if you push throttle, if you it's the pitch, okay, see, if you it's backward, pitch reduce, and if you push it to left, then rolling, it's rolling left, and the value, see the value, okay. settings. Okay, and if you push the throttle, then it's increasing the throttle. Okay, throttle stick high threshold 1900. Here is the 1900 instrument. Okay, the throttle and others, the auxiliary connection, and this auxiliary connection we will set it in here. The modes, in mode settings we will set the auxiliary button settings. For arming, I am using this button for arming, auxiliary button 3 arming. See, if you stop it, then its position is 1000, 2000. And also I am using the drone at angle mode. For the beginner, it's the set it to angle mode. Initially don't go other mode like freestyle. Don't use the freestyle initially. Learn and then go for freestyle. Initially angle mode or horizon mode. Angle mode is best settings, and the horizon mode is semi it's a freestyle, but with some angle mode also work there. If you push that button, then the horizon mode is activated, this angle mode is activated. I am not using the freestyle mode. And other button you can set lot more settings available there. Okay, we will discuss those later in very briefly. In another video I will discuss all the settings for configuring your Betaflight, and shortly I have discussed in here the PID profile settings and rate profile settings, and if you use these settings, then I hope you can control your drone very easily. And I also preparing a series of video where I will discuss all the settings, each and every point. Please subscribe if you like it and want to know more about all the settings. Thank you for watching.